I'll get you. You will lay a desire. Then I'd wear that power. Again, yet to get this again. I say, oh, we are right. And by doing you, I'm a part of my trade there. Well, on it goes away. Alas, I go that Giano, and I will say you. Papa Mora, get me up when anywhere, Momba Sibole. Sibole. L'arrangeur parmi national, très trop fort. We are glad that we want by say so where that you are. I want to say, there be you. No, I blame you for back home on you. Papa, you guitar, petit, brother, Sonny. Kainaka, Pena Paya was a wogo, Mambo Panjago. Apple blow a cafe. One was a young cafe. We are for them one money upper clay you can. None your see one. But look at that in your way at your one. And more. Nesetoka. With this one for where they have been. Go on, yeah, I can't salute. Post to a gather to your way at your one. And more. Nesetoka. Now, with this one for where they have been. Go on, yeah, can you get? Now, getting your way. I know sound fairly on it. Yeah, I do. I do what you just grab the one. Are you over here? Are you an owl? Type over that you know, and now we say you over. I want to you come on, I need a boy. Yes, I'm going to buy the good way. Hey, Imo, am I gay? What I want, I guess me, I'm done, and in the boy. Oh, ow. Say, Bobo, that you know, now we say you will. So, like it, I'm going to never go. Let Tony and you. Hey, and you. Oh, but we just say, oh, yeah, I'm a walking ever. Kaidaka, when it was to work, I go to let you know halfway. I just see how. This is what I say. Bobo, yeah. You like to write them one way. Why them on tell it by Potamu, Tanyada. Planning Papa, Renegation, Bacao Lage, the Pussy, the PSC, the Tonya Sito, you cannot one. Don't say Bob was a dressy, Mango, Belly Bobo, that Giano, and I will say you over. I will. Saibo. Iba tu agajabla edu eso sei. Aje kwana le ya gba tu ana agronyo si yi oke. Wejo, Ibo. Saibo boba. Eje ile ke po panglo, jo bi panglo. On the client ya go like e ba de noir. Jojo wa se. Mania nationale tant plein de soulé. Say Bobo de Giano and I will say you over. I'm done it. So away. And no Russell, baby, Roscoe. South Africa, your fault, your way. Thank you for your work and my one. I'm the Pope and Yaguba. Don't feel it, I say, oh, Pavonion. Say, if I can work, we are coming. Say Bobo that you know, and I will say you over. Aba people should do in this world. Kwamu the man get daughter siko bala. Babo do I say. They boys do go look. Say ya say, but you know. Get one day yeah. Your family your same Monday now. Everyone I say oh man yeah. I'm more down. Say about that, you know, and I will say you. I wish a rule of the open. So, Saibo, 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 that young one now with the Mop man down le Mary, with an young man, don't you? When you know I say, it's a mayo. That was the Yasu, so mobile. When you I'm original, I say, Saibo, that young one now with the you will lay a desire. Then I'd wear that power. President again, Via together, this again. I say, oh, we are right. And by doing you, I'm a part of my trade there. Well, on it goes away. Alas, I will that you are not. We say you. Papa Mora, get me up when anywhere, Momba Sibole. Sibole. L'arrangeur parmi national, très trop fort. Puis à quoi ben on va essayer de sauver des mots. À moi ça il faut. Bio. Tu as pas de yo pas pour mon yao. Papa y guitare, petit, l'oiseau fait son nid. Kaidaka. Bena kaya posa gogo mambo panjagu Apo blo akafwe Wa posa nyoka fwe Pe afonte mwa bandi yo kwa kle yukiyen Nyonjo si mwen Posko tata tuyo kwe atinyo diyo wan Emo o Nese tokan Is a poco where they have been. Go on, yeah, I can't salute. Post to a gather to your way, I think you're the one. Emma, Nessa Toka. Now, with is a poco where they have been. Go on, yeah, can you get? Not getting your way, I know sound simply a name. Yeah, I do. Only I do what you just grab it to work on. By your book on you. Are you now? Saibo, that you know, we say you over. I'm on the Yokamala, need a boy. Again, yes, I'm going to buy the good mwege. Hey, Imo, am I gay? What I guess me, I'm done, and it the boy. Oh, ow. bobo that you know now with you. So like it, I'm going to never go. Let Tony and you. Hey, you. Opo gbe just say wo ye amo ko kineba. Kaidaka when it was to work out popular net to the knock off way. I just see how this is what I say. Bobo ye ah. You like do I get more by one name more tell it ye by botamu kanywada. Planning papa bring gesia baka won lage de bu esibo de pe esibi. The don't yes you okay no for anya don't say go kwese twese yo manwo bali bobo de kia no anda we say you over awile saibo igba tu aga jabla edu e so sei aje kwena le ya gba tu ana agronyo si yi oke wejo ibo saibo boba Inge po banglo ku ejo mi banglo. On the client ya walk like a bad day noir. Jojo wa se. So na banya na suli tan pele sule. Sai bobo de kiano ana we say you over. I'm done it. So ba we. And no gozo. Ke ibe gozo. South Africa your fault your way. Thank you for your work and my one. I'm the pope and your woman. Don't feel it I say oh Claudio. Say back you work we are coming. Say for that you and I will say you over. Aba people swelu in the swelu. Kwa muzo lumanje tota siko bala. Claudio wa say they was a do go look. Say, I say, my you know, get one day, yeah. Your family, your same Monday, now. Everyone I say, oh, my ye, I'm more down. Say about that, you know, and I will say you. I was a rule of you, my ye. Something on your man. Saibo, that you know, and I will say you. Move man down le Mary. Read on your man, don't you? But you know, I say, it's a mayo. That was where you also won't go. But you, I'm original, I say. Saibo, that you know, and I will say you.
Good evening, folks. Samson Toll, Brown Public Radio. I want to thank all of you again, giving us the wonderful time here this evening. Well, I want to thank all of you that's joining us. We say thank you. Hopefully, we will get some stuff going here tonight. It's a very interesting Friday afternoon. We say thank you for joining us. Let's go straight to the program because I'm most likely going to be having a reporter from Liberia here, Mike Down. Hopefully, will be joining me here on audio, of course, and hopefully we will have some success in transmitting information from Monrovia to here tonight. So we want to thank all of you. It's going to be a very busy one, very busy. My own take on this data different stuff. You're going to enjoy. You're going to truly enjoy Bloku tonight. Believe me. Okay, let's go ahead. Let's go ahead. As usual, we show the president of the Republic of Liberia, President Dr. Weah, President duly elected by the 61.5% of the electorate of Liberia. This is Samson Toll. Even though you don't want Dr. Weah, we want this man and we're going to elect him. And they did that. And so who am I to say no? I will wait my turn. After his turn is over, I'm going to challenge him. Challenge somebody to be president? Okay, whatever. I'm going to challenge him and then see if I can dislodge him from that position. Other than that, he has my full support and he has my full whatever it is. He's my president. And I want to thank you very much. Let's go. Tonight I'm going to do a little bit of politics here, of course. So then in that vein, let's do Dr. Weah and his people some favor here as well. This is Dr. Weah during the campaign of the Republic of Liberia, wanted to be president. Let's listen to that.
No, I beg you.
There you have it. During the election, 2017, of course, Dr. Weah was canvassing for vote, and he was all over the country. Ladies and gentlemen, please indulge me a little bit for me to say to you here tonight. First of all, I welcome all of you, and I really appreciate you guys coming in to join us here. It's a little platform. We're not that much big, but we will be truthful. However, tonight, I want to ask you to please, those of you that do not understand my dialect, just give me a few seconds here. I want to say something in my dialect, and it's very important to me. Here we go. Nathaniel, Efanso, Ansio, Aman Blade of Long, you go more sabuide niwe. More sabuide niwe Nathaniel name a bed go group one, but bed go group what I've long. I'm sure and giving you. Efanso, more sabuide niwe mona sense it out. I'm pina in Blealand yell. I'm pina in Blealand yell. Esse me, esse bliswa me, moins plus no, bliger or some moins plus pina yellow, esse pina soa, eswa trouble. E ou debade me so bi, yes, yeah, we pina, yeah, so moins plus well. mon sabou de niveau Samson to. Yeah, that's I enjoy myself, folks. But on a very serious note, welcome. Let's go straight. I'm going to now contact the reporter from Liberia and see if he can join us here and see if he can help us to get some story here, what's happening. So let me go ahead. I know people are laughing. Don't I amaze myself sometimes, folks? Yeah, okay, but anyway, let me call Mike. Hopefully he will be able to join us here. So let's give him a call. Hello, Mike, can you hear me?
Yes, I'm hearing you, Mr. Tu. I'm hearing you.
Thank you. I'm sorry we're not able to do this on video tonight, but however, we ask you to join us here. Before coming on, I've been playing some real serious fun here tonight, but I want to thank you for joining us. Can you still hear me?
Yes, I'm getting loud and clear, Mr. Tu. I mean, it's very interesting tonight.
Thank you. But for some reason, okay, all right, I can hear you now. Okay, my show tonight is about Honorable Dallas Dillon's and this $6,500 deal. But before I ask you that specific, what it is in Liberia tonight that you know of, you being a reporter, what is in Liberia tonight that you think you can tell us and the audience here tonight what is happening?
Well, Liberia coronavirus cases have gone to 119 as of the 24th of April 2020. And the latest person, well-known person that was affected by the virus, that was killed by the virus, is the executive director or the head of the Liberia Drug Enforcement Agency, Mr. Michael Soko, who passed off as a result of the coronavirus. Earlier on, family sources have told Liberia Public Radio that he didn't die from coronavirus. But later on, just before we get into the morning, on yesterday, the head of...
Are you there?
Yes, I'm here. Sorry for the breaking there. So, Minister Eugene Nangbe, who is the head of the country's information minister, confirmed that after tests was conducted on the remains of the late Michael Soko, it proved to be positive. So it means he died as a result of the coronavirus at the 14th Military Hospital here in Monrovia.
Thank you. Okay, well, any other news from other part of Monrovia, other part of Liberia that you know of? Because usually you have your colleagues all over the country.
Yes, there have been some suspected cases of coronavirus in Nimba. We were speaking with our reporters there as to whether that case was confirmed, but according to what we're hearing, just before we get into this morning, we're hearing that case was negative. So as a result, after that was announced early on, the people of Ganta City were like in some state of pandemonium. But later on, the test result of the person in question proved to be negative. So as a result, now they are going about their normal businesses. So that was it. And of course, the lockdown for the 4 countries have been extended by the president by 2 additional weeks, and also the compulsory use of face masks have been introduced by the the government of Liberia. So it means if you are walking on the street of Monrovia or any part of the public area, you have to have on nose mask, and if not so, you're going to be apprehended. So that's the latest decision by the government of Liberia.
I see. Thank you, Mike. I like I said, I'm doing my show strictly tonight on Senator Dillon's and the 6,500. As to my question that I put out there was as to whether he took bribe or was he bribed or something like that. What people in Moserato County, what are they saying about this money that you as a pressman perhaps have gone to different communities and people expressing different views? What are the prevailing views about this money and Honorable Dillon's that you can tell us, please?
Well, there have been some mixed reactions here from the capital, Monrovia, especially in Moserato County, where Mr. Dillon represents as a senator. You know, Dillon, he won on the mantra of transparency and accountability in the by-election last year. So that, as a result, his supporters have taken him to be a very much transparent person when it comes to decision making. In fact, they have taken him to be the light currently at the in the Liberian Senate. So when this news hit earlier this week, it was like a surprise to everyone for Mr. Dillon to have taken 6.5k US dollars from the government. Though the money, according to Dillon, is intended for operational purposes. Also, when we spoke with one of his colleagues, Senator Prince Johnson Limba, he also confirmed that yes, he took the money, but it was for his cooking and not for Operation Fund, as was claimed by Mr. Dillon. So there have been some mixed views, and investigation continues into this matter. And I've been looking in the budget line of the 2019-2020 budget as to whether there's money there in the tune of over $1 million that have been alleged by Mr. Dillon that as Operation Fund. But I'm yet to see that budgetary line in the budget for this year.
I see, and from our indication with respect to Mr. Dillon's explanation about his whole ordeal, is it the explanation, is it been accepted by his constituencies, or people are now doubting and split in terms of receiving the type of message that is coming from Mr. Dillon?
Well, there remains serious doubt coming from many of his supporters here in Moserato County and beyond Moserato County as well, because Mr. Dillon, like I said, won on a mantra of advocacy, transparency. People have taken him to be the light at the Senate currently. But, you know, since this 6,500 issued emerged, people have been saying that their light at the Capitol building has now gone up because the loan who depend on who they to be speaking for them now is taking bribe, allegedly. So, mixed reaction continues to come from this particular matter. Even though before the money was announced, so Delon has said he has announced in one of the interviews that there is a money given to them. In fact, he said $6,000 for Operation Fund, and he did not sign for that money, but it was given to him. Check was issued to him as Operation Fund during the coronavirus period, and it was not a bribe like he continued to see.
I see. Now, let me put you, and you don't have to answer that because I know it's difficult. The question I'm about to put to you will ask you. I know, perhaps I don't know whether you can answer it or not, but this is what I do. This is what we do here, and the fact that you are giving us a wonderful information. Let me ask you this: people that are within the inner circle of Dylan's clique in terms of the Senate and what have you. What are their own reaction? The fact that this money, I've not heard any of them besides Senators Prince Johnson. I've not heard any of them making any kinds of gesture as to whether they got money, they're doing this, they're doing nothing like that. So what are some of the things? Are they angry with Mr. Dillon for bringing this thing to light, or are they say it's sweet for you? You know what I'm saying? Is that how it is?
Well, most of the senators remain tight-lipped on this particular issue, but it seems to be like most of them now are bad-mouthing DeLong, because in the sense that when DeLong took over last year, the Senate Pro Tempore of the Liberian Senate warned him that the Senate was not a politicking place. The Senate was deep. So it seems to be that he has backed into what the pro tempore of the Liberian Senate was saying, that there's some deeper issue within the Senate. So DeLong should have been very careful as to how he handled issues. So many of them we've spoken with here in Monrovia, they haven't come up clearly to say as to whether they receive money. Before this money saga, the lawmaker of District Number 10 here in Monserrat County has Mr. Representative Yeke Kaluba has alleged that there was 8,000 each set aside to be given to lawmakers so as to endorse the state of emergency that was declared by the president.
But let me ask you this. Let me ask you that, and I'm sorry to ask you this question because you're not a member of the lawmaker or member of the Senate or whatever, but from your own intuition and what have you, being a reporter with that vast experience, and let me ask you this. What do you think will be in the interest of the executive to pay people because the state of the nation, the emergency in the state of emergency, it's supposed to be in the interest of the country. It's supposed to protect Liberians. So why would the executive bribe people to vote in favor of that? Is that something that perhaps they themselves, the executive, have some sort of something in return for them? What do you think is going happening?
Well, this is not the first time for such news to hit the country with lawmakers being bribed. Some years back, when I was covering the legislature in 2013, there was a news that the former president then have bribed some lawmakers in a tune of $2 million so as to pass a $50 million oil concession by ExxonMobil in the Liberian government.
Yes, I can. So I understand. I understand that. I'm not here to. Yeah, can you hear me? I'm sorry to interrupt. I'm not here to defend anybody. Well, the point that I'm trying to, and I'm making my hand, folks. You will see tonight from the you will think this is Donald Trump talking the way I'm making my hand tonight, and I will show you here very shortly. But no, Mike. The reason I'm asking this question is the stay at home, which is coming on the emergency situation, is to save lives in Liberia. The question that I'm wondering, and I'm not too sure if you will be the right person to answer that, is what would be the reason for the president? I know these things have happened before, but for example, the oil block or oil situation, most likely the administration, some people in the administration might benefit from it, financially benefit from this. So is there any kinds of financial benefit to people within the current administration for which they will give people money to approve the stay home or the state of emergency? Is a state of emergency another way, something in there that the government might be able to make money? Is that why the people are saying they bribe?
Okay, Uh, Mr. So, let me put it this way. Every instrument that goes at the legislature is political, whether in favor or against the state is political. So it depends who is saying what, and who is I mean where it is coming from, it becomes political. So the legal part of it is that whenever lawmakers are on recess and they have been called back by the president, they are to be paid certain amount apart from their regular salary. That is legal. Again, we have another one called lobbying fee. This is not really legal. Many a time lawmakers have denied that they haven't received any kickbacks as lobbying fee from anybody, even including the president. So this is where sometimes the exchange of brown envelopes and cold water, as we call it here, can come about. Sometimes the president will want to score a political point or political goal, and things of such will be heard that in order to make things smooth for he or she who is the head of state, from, and there should be a change of money. So this is where the issue of money comes about.
I
But
see.
whether it is in favor or against the state, usually every instrument for that matter, whenever it goes at a legislature, it becomes political, and it depends who is going to fight it and who is going to lobby to ensure that that instrument is passed, and it becomes the legacy of the author of it. So this is how it is.
Okay. One more question, one more political question, and then I will take leave of you, Mike Dunn, all the way from Monrovia this evening, talking to her on the phone. Mr. Dunn, what can you tell us about COP and the resignation of the two strange member of COP, Madam Ure and Honorable Yeke Kaluba? Have you dug up any information as to why, and if so, what are some of the was there any blowback against the two individual, or COP is just content to move on with the resignation of these two staunch members of COP? What can you tell us about this whole incident with Honorable Karuba and Madam Ure?
Well, the Council of Petra was organized by political talk show host Mr. Henry Costa, who resides in Delaware, the USA. So when this group was organized, it was organized to leverage the current issues that are going on in Liberia. So to cut long matter short, some members of that group have in recent times said that Mr. Henry Costa was not following the reason for which the organization was established, or he was taking the organization for his personal aggrandizement. So this is why many of them have decided to leave the organization. The first person to have done that was the former lawmaker of District Number 8 in Monserrato, Mr. Rufus Nuvia, who went on to establish the Independent Council of Patriots. So many of them are saying that the goal for which the institution was established is no longer being implemented by the head of the COP. So as a result, they see no need to be there. Yeke, when we spoke with Mr. Yeke Koluba just a few days ago, he said he cannot be part of a group that is not waiting to stand for him. In fact, some of what he said was that the head of COP have been carrying his name, have been lying that even he have gone as far as paying for his legal services at the Temple of Justice. So for that, he and the daughter of Mr. Ure, Taylor Ure, decided to quit the organization. And today again just yesterday on her page, celebrating her 29th birthday, he also called on her supporters to remain calm as she will continue to be engaged with her supporters. So she's no longer talking about the COP.
I see. Well, Mike, thank you. I have my own view, and my own view on this is that they. But anyway, before I go on to bring my own view, I want to thank you very much. Yeah, go ahead.
Before you go, the case involving Mr. Yaka Kaluba and some of his former security guards, and today, yesterday, because we are in the morning hour here from Liberia. So yesterday, it was dropped. Charges were dropped against Representative Yaka Kaluba on grounds that there were not sufficient evidence, according to court records.
So all charges. This is an exciting news. So all four charges were dropped.
Four charges were against him. So all he has been freed of all.
So
this is what we've been hearing.
Okay, let me play little music for that. That's the wonderful news. Honorable Yaka Kaluba. Folks, this is like the Republic. We have a press man who is telling me, giving me better news, giving me press news. He's the press. He's reporting. I'm receiving that news and I'm excited. I'm not going to the press. Where you're dancing for? Your press. Forget that press business. Let's go to Mr. Pressman. Just give me a few minutes. I don't mean to interrupt your professional job, but give me a few minutes. Let me jubilate a little bit here, and then I will come right back to you, please.
Don't disrespect me because I get on Papa. You will not disrespect because you see me the Papa. Don't disrespect me because I get on Papa. You will not disrespect because I will on Donga. We not broken, but we can make it happen. We not millionaire, but we can keep it.
Okay, all right, Samson Talk. Calm down. It's a wonderful news, but calm down. Let the press do their job. All right, Mr. Pressman, go ahead and wrap it up. But thank you for that wonderful news. Go ahead. I'm dancing because Honorable Yaka Kaluba charges has been dropped. Thank God. Go ahead, Mr. Pressman. Do your job, do your professional job, and then we can take leave of you.
That is it. Liberia now will continue with another 2 weeks of lockdown, and people have been urged to use nose masks in the street as compulsory. And according to Minister Nangbe, who was interviewed by one of the local newspapers here, anyone refusing to abide by such rule will be arrested and will be dealt with according to the law. So Liberians continue to abide by those rules. Should continue to abide by those rules guarding the coronavirus protocol.
Thank you.
That so far that has been some of what has been unfolding here in the capital. We at Liberia Public Radio Studio in Monrovia continue to get information about so many issues in the country, especially in this difficult time. Again, Mr. Dillon continues to defend himself,
right?
And
he has the right to do so.
Issues coming from the Capitol building, people are seeing him to be the light.
Yes, and I'm going to speak to that here tonight. But thank you, Mike. Please, I know you also have the means through the leadership of Mr. Alfonso Zionso, who is the leader of LPR. Through his leadership, LPR has a branch over there in Liberia that you guys can come on air anytime. You don't have to do this. If you want right now, you can go live from Monrovia, and you will be seen all over the world based on the fact that your leadership and Mr. Alfonso's leadership combined is getting LPR to the next level. And I also want to say thank you very much for your hard work, and obviously thank to the CEO, Mr. Alfonso Zionso, for making everything possible. And whatever we can do here as a group, we'll continue to do that to support his idea and your idea as well. And that is to bring information, serious information of what is affecting our people back home to the diaspora and all over the world. So thank you very much, Mike. We'll bring you on time. I'm sorry we couldn't do video. That was the intent, but it was just taking too much time trying to put it together. And but I was playing high. I should have sought the intervention of Mr. Francis Yonso because he's so good at that. But I'll play high. I said I want to talk to him. I want to talk to him. And because I play high, look what I got now. I should have you on here on a video, but I didn't go to him as far as I should have. But thank you, Mike. Thank you very much. We appreciate coming on. I know it's late over there, so thank you very much, sir.
Thank you, and it's a pleasure. Good morning from Monrovia.
Thank you. Again, folks, Sam Sinto, LeBron Public Radio. Sam Sinto, LeBron Public Radio. That's the voice of Mr. Mike Dunn, who has been giving us some wonderful news here. You heard, according to Mike Dunn, the charges against now your business. You think I care? But anyway, folks, I want to thank Mike Dunn. You heard Mike Dunn. It was a very wonderful news to have all the charges against Mr. Yeke Koluba dropped. I think it's wonderful. I too spoke with Mr. Yeke Koluba a few days ago, but I'm not going to tell you what our conversation was about. But he said, like I said, these are all young people, folks. These are all young people. So, but anyhow, let's go to the main crux of the show here tonight. Okay, let's go. This is my line here tonight. Was Armo Dillon, was he right? And as you heard from Mike here this afternoon, there's a serious debate is going on. But I'm going to take a different route here tonight, folks, on a very serious note. First of all, in the interest of fairness and in the interest of public disclosure, I am member of Liberty Party USA, have not been kicked out yet. And of course, you know, Honorable Dillon is a member of the Liberty Party. However, my comment and commentary tonight, it is not based on the fact that he's a partisan. Far from it. I'm going to give you my view, and you have the right to disagree with me. I just thought that I'd throw that out there. However, as a political junkie, I have watched politics all over the world before. I mean, so many times. I've seen a lot. Politics is politics. What I doing in the back room or what I doing small organization, politics is politics. And I would say to you that with this issue, with this money, the way it's been played, congratulations, Armo Dillon, for winning re-election. Simple as that. I'm not playing around here tonight, folks. My opinion, Senator Dillon, if nothing else happens, if this is it, if this is all they have, then he's definitely just going to walk through the park and win re-election. I'm just giving it to you as it is. This is the conclusion I'm giving you. You know how when you are in school, they tell you to write paper. Some people go like that, they narrow, then they bring it down. Some people put conclusion on top, then they start talking about it. Well, I decided to put my conclusion on top tonight. Okay? So if this is what they have, on a very serious note, then they have nothing. They have nothing. Here's my reason, folks. Before the election of Senator Dillon, there were a lot of things that was happening, and people, you never heard of these things. So Senator Dillon campaigned on Facebook, literally campaigned on Facebook, and campaigned all over Monrovia, and promised a lot of stuff, cutting his salary, not going to be able to do anything that happened in the interest, unless if it's security issue, the public would know about it. And in fact, as you heard Michael saying here, when he got in the Senate, they decided This is a different branch here. You come in here, that what business, not to be us who elected you. They're not Liberian people. What business you got? Unless if it is a security nature, then yeah, because you have to have secrecy in order to lead when it comes to security. But because people get your brown bag and they say the memorandum tell us, even if you eat all your brown bag, he's still telling us you're getting 400 brown bags set. He eat all the senator brown bag, he will still be barging while he's telling us what he has done on a very serious note. It's a very interesting dynamic. I think this particular one, it's a learning moment. It's a teachable moment for Mr. Dillon and some of us that follow him. Because I truly believe that if Mr. Dillon had an inkling that this thing was not something that was in the interest of the people, except to say, well, you're doing it for you to approve something, Senator Dillon was not going to do it. I put my neck on a chopping block. What I believe happened, most likely, Senator Dillon was told, this is your budget, blah, 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 all kinds of stuff. And knowing full well, okay, I'll use the money. And here's the thing I want people to also to understand. Senator Dillon, after the people took the money, most of the senator, you fasting, you fun. Some of the big talker senator, you fun. Senator Dillon went on the radio, my people, and said, this is what we got. Because everyone was giving that. It was not specific to a specific individual. However, of all the senators that took that money, they decided to shine a light on Senator Dillon. But as God could have it, before they were even here's the thing here. Before they were found back home when I was in Totown, let me throw a little bit Totown in there a little bit. When I was growing up in Totown, we had a young guy, a Maningo boy in Totown. He used to make, the bamboo, the one you can beat people with, or sometimes you make houses or something. But the inside inner core of the bamboo is soft when it dry. So he used to cut in it and make lights. Put batteries in it and put a light bulb, put a flashlight bulb on it, and he can make a light. By the time the people say they want to shine a light on Senator Dillon, the batteries for the light they were going to shine, one battery was in Cape Mount. They only used two batteries there by the Senate light anyway. So one battery was in Cape Mount. The other battery was in Maryland. The light bulb they were looking for, it was in I don't call it Lofa County. So by the time they sent people to collect those three pieces and try to make the light, Senator Dillon have already turned the lights on himself. So what's the issue here? Where are we? What exactly are we talking about? Senator Dillon told us publicly that they gave us money for our budget or whatever it was, but they were giving it to us to do something in our district. Perhaps that was the information that was passed on to him by a credible individual, either in the Senate or anything else. Perhaps they were not expecting him to blow the whistle on himself and the rest of the group. So they say, oh, you blow whistle, okay, ooh, you look at you, oh, but ooh, I said, the man, he got that clothes, they said, we got that clothes too, look at you. No. Senator Dillon came out and said they gave us money, 6,500 each. The next day, in the paper, they took all of the senators that took 6,500, they took Senator Dillon picture flat on the paper. You know what it reminded me of? There's a gentleman here in the United States, in my community, but I'm not going to call his name. But he doesn't fight fair. I consider his fighting as being intellectually dishonest. And that's exactly what they did here. Their thinking was intellectually dishonest. And Liberians, as young Liberians, are sophisticated nowadays. People are frying on Dylan to say, my man, you want to tell me all the noise you've been making about these people? You don't know that they will try to entrap you. If it was a court, it was an entrapment. You don't know that? They will do something? So I'm sure what Senator Dylan is right now, he's regretting. But guess what? Guess what? The fact that he's not somebody who would try to hide things since he's already made it public. Not only that, but he also, during the first announcement, the time of the announcement, he also disclosed to us that since he was told that this money was supposed to improve the lives of the people during the coronavirus, as other people call it, Kofi virus, I don't want to touch that one. I don't want to touch it. As a big person, as an older person, as an older gentleman, older than most of these people that I'm talking about, I'm not going to get into their squabble. So forgive me for using that. But anyhow, so the point is, Honorable Dylan came out and said, we got 6,000 from our budget to do something in our own. I'm going to do X, Y, and Z before they start. By the time Senator Dylan was announcing, the people that were in Maryland were bringing the other battery. The people that were in Cape Mount were bringing the other battery. The people that were in Lofa County were bringing the flashlight ball itself to assemble that light so they can shine on him. But by the time they got there, the light Senator Dylan had put on himself. You can't believe how much power, wattage that was shining on Senator Dylan and the rest of the Senate. So what do you have? What exactly you guys have? Here's the issue here that you have done to Senator Dylan. This is politics, my man. Politics ain't got small thing. The fact that you all make a mistake and try to focus, think that everybody did, and you want to tie it around Senator Dylan's neck, Senator Dylan now turn the thing and turn it around it on your puluku. And you're going to be flocking you with that. Election, if this is all you have, your best bet, anybody that will go against Senator Dylan, you better not bring this thing up. Because by the time the election times comes around, this thing will boost Senator Dylan. I'm telling you right now, just watch and see. Okay, so what Senator Dylan has done, as a smart politician as well, you know what he did? He welcomed the critics. In fact, he reveled in it. He's swimming in it. He can't wait to have more like something like this to come out. He telling you, he said, this is what Senator Dylan have done, and I love it. This was a scene. You see, when I see smart young people like this, it always give me some pleasure. I'm not gonna hide it. This was how Henry Custer, when he went to Freetown, and before Freetown, the people from Freetown, before the government would know, Henry Custer said, yeah, the people, yeah, I am. And these people are very nice. He took a picture and put it up. They cannot pass that picture of him sitting there and telling the people, the entire world, that he's been treated nicely. They can't pass that and go mistreating. That was not possible. It's a same situation. And if I say it, then they say, oh, but you always that. If you, yeah, okay, whatever. So when they did this to Senator Dylan, he said, okay, I'm not going to shy away from this thing. I'm going to embrace it, and I'm going to let these people know you can't push me over like that. Okay? You can't push me over. Okay? So what do you do? The first thing after he find out, oh, the people want to play, eh? Okay. Let's see. Let's see. Now, listen to, I got a few videos here I'm going to be playing. I just clip, but I got a few of them that I'm going to be playing. Senator Dylan is taking this all the way to the hilltop and blowing the horn from the hilltop. Yes, what's happening? Without them realizing that they themselves, the other senator, taking big you with their own people. Because the young people from these different counties are going to be asking the senator, what happened to the 6,500, my man? They were immediate. Well, the first thing, if I was part of them, the first thing I would have done was run to that radio station where Senator, and say, you see, they procure the money and buy Senator Dillon. And then we start bringing the thing up so it does not becomes he against us. But what they have done, they made it him against them, including the executive, including those who are writing. And when I say you're turning sedition, you don't believe me. People writing Senator, they putting all kind of jungle. Senator Dillon was bribed, left money. Yeah, watch. Y'all don't want to believe me. Y'all come to yourself. Y'all see it. Y'all will see. Senator Dillon went onto the hilltop and told the people of Mosserado County, look, these people, they're against me. And you know why? Because I call myself the light pole. Not only the light pole in the Senate that will be shining things on everything that happens unless if it's security. And guess what? Because they're shining things up, look what the people think. The people say I'm not steal. Are people giving me bribe? You believe that? It's a tough sell. It's a tough, to be honest with you, it's a tough sell. Because Senator Dillon has also set himself to a position that people will say, okay, he should have known better. He should have known better. Why would they give money knowing full well Senator Dillon is not stranger to Liberian politics, knowing full well there's a certain thing the government, the executive want, and usually when the executive wants something that fast, the Senator Dillon should have known that there's always some kind of brown envelope. In this situation, Dr. Weah decided he's not going to do brown envelope. He go nyama corner, woo, get the money to them. They able to deny now? No. So Senator Dillon, people are saying, why they believe him? But why was he not careful? That's the question. Let's listen to Senator Dillon. What exactly he's saying? Let's listen to this. It's a very interesting thing here. He's going to tell you, I came here because I promised. And because of my promise, because of the thing that I believe in me, my core value, because of that, I decided to expose that nobody leak anything out. I gave them the information. And you want to sit there here and say the man was begging for money, he happy for money? Man, your fan play to sit down, man. Something told like Brown Public Radio. Let's go ahead and play Senator Dillon. I got after this I got 3 more videos.
When I campaigned to come to this office, I campaigned on transparency, openness, and integrity. I made a commitment to our country that I will be the light. I will shine the light, and things that are unknown to the public, that the public should know, we will not hesitate to let the public know. That was the kind of light we were talking about. We want to check and balance and open government practice at the legislature. When I campaigned to come to this office, I campaigned on transparency, openness, and integrity. I made a commitment to our country that I will be the light. I will shine the light, and things that are unknown to the public, that the public should know, we will not hesitate to let the public know. That was the kind of light we were talking about. We want to check and balance and open government practice.
Any question, any objection? Your Honor, please advise. Your Honor, please advise the defendant. And that the opposition, like people who accusing Dillon are calling defendant now, because Dillon is not on trial. They're on trial. Your Honor, please advise the defendant to be straightforward in his pronouncement when he's making some comment and answering this question. Then the judge turned to them. You got anything to say now? Yeah, he is. The reason why I came here, you heard that, is to shine light so things will be better. Here's the interesting thing right now. Dillon is pretty much, in the Senate, it seemed to me, I said it seemed to me, that Dillon is seen to be a lone wolf. But like I keep saying this, and I will continue to say it, because I've been around, and I'm still around, but I'm not as much involved into our community issue and things like that as I used to. I've seen these young people, how they work. If they focus on something and say this we're going to achieve, they will do all they can to achieve that. That's our culture. That's who we are. Let me go back again. Let me throw us as diaspora. Let me throw us in the mix. Most of you, in fact, all of us, if I may say so, when we got here, I don't think any of us have anything more than $200, $300, $400 in their pocket. The first day they step forward on the people's soil. But because of the cultures within us, we don't let stealing. You go to the prison all over the United States and try to compare Liberians that are in prison because of misdeal and the Liberians that are outside, and do the proportionality and see how what is the numbers that is in jail compared to those that are out here. Same age. If even you do age group, you will find that many Liberians don't like to break the law. They get here, the first thing they do, they stay in friends, relatives, whatever, basement. You say, fine. But with that staying in a basement, with that staying in somebody else's house, they have the clear understanding that my position here is temporary. Which one of you that watching my show right now never went through that? You always knew at the back of your mind that this is temporary. Why? Because you as a Liberian, the culture within you is to work hard. After 5, 6, 7, 8 years, look at you. Some of you right now, when you get outside and look at you, turn around as you're going to work in the morning, you turn around and look at the house you're coming from, and you say, me? Yeah, wow. You look at the kind of car you're driving, you say, me? Yeah, wow. Why is that? Because you're a hard worker. And most of you are honest people. And that's what I keep saying to myself. That this issue, these things that are affecting Liberia, based on people, older folks, just like myself. Did I say myself? No, I'm still 25-year-old. But older folks just refuse, those that have the opportunity to put Liberia on a map, refuse to build structure for these young people. And this is the kind of wrangling that we're going through right now. That's okay. There will be Liberians, young Liberians, that will know the value of that country. And they will say, look, they will be a group. They will say, look, we've been through this for a long time. We'll put Liberia first. And that country will be sweet. It's a sweet country, folks. It's just a matter of time. And so if we consider Mr. Dillon a lone wolf, not for long. There are other Liberians that are vying for this position. When they get in there, there are some that I know when they get in. Senate representative, you better watch out these people. When they're coming in, when they get in, you will find that place being, it won't happen overnight. But eventually, they're going to change. I'll give you an example. I'm not going to call names. As usual, I don't call names, but I give you these examples with true life story. So, a certain time ago, we met at Las Vegas, some maybe 5 years or so ago. We met at Las Vegas as a political party, Liberty Party, that I can call. So we met over there, and then people were putting ideas together. How, why, and what is, and it was very, very interesting conversation. There were other people that say, if these people fight in the mud, let's go in the mud and fight with them. If these people are playing dead again, let's go and play dead again with them. And there was those. No. We're better than that, they would say. If they're fighting dirty, let them. The Liberian people sooner or later will recognize that fighting dirty and stealing is not good for them. They will come our way. And there were some of us, you wasting time, man. What do you mean? What time they will recognize that? With our own corrupt mind. They're not going to know it right away. Not just deal with them the way we have to. People will say, no. We can't do that. We have to be different. These people, those who were fighting with some of us to say you're all getting the mud with them, some of them are in the House of Representatives right now. In the representative right now. So you don't expect those to come in with a new idea. But those that used to say, no, we're better than that, they are coming. And these people will soon find their way in the representative and the Senate, and they will help. So the young Liberian, sophisticated, when Dallas Dillon and other people like Kaluba, Yeka Kaluba, and even Henry Costa, who most people, including myself, don't agree with on many occasions, but yet still, they're giving us something. They are existing, and their involvement, whether we agree with them or not, is very useful. I said it again, I will say it again. Their involvement, these people's involvement, stabilize the country. I'll give you, and I don't mean to talk about Henry Costa here tonight. That's not about it. But I'm just throwing some example in there. You go to Liberia and become a minister and say you're going to do something that is not right. Henry Costa, yeah, but he blew it on the air. He blew it. So people are being very careful nowadays. They don't just rush to go stealing. They try to blindfold people here and there. Now you see it, now you don't, now you see it. You know, they're trying. But there are people within their own clique, their own society. No, you can't do that. Okay, well, I got power. I can't say anything about Costa. I'll tell somebody. Before you look, Costa show. How you get the information you don't know. So people, their service is good. Most people don't agree. That's fine. But they're also helping to stabilize the country. Let's get back to Mr. Dillon. So Mr. Dillon is now saying, bring it on. But he went on top of the mountain. Let me play you another clip. You heard this one here. Reason why I came here is to straighten up this place, to shine the light. And I'm not going to deviate from that. Paraphrasing. I'm Sam. And I'm allowed to do that. Let's listen in here. There's another video here. Let's listen.
The people quoted me, meaning I gave the information out because I said my being here will mean that the public will know what we're doing here, even behind closed doors, especially so once it has to do with public interest. And once the information is not supposed to be classified, I will let the public know. So nobody on earth is shady thing that happened here. I let it out. I was on the radio and I said, thankfully during this period while we have received our operational budget, our funding, we'll use that money to intervene with our people whose lives are devastated by the heavy rainstorm disaster that took place and made and rendered over 400 homes across Monterey County roofless, without any roof over their head. And I will use that money so we can intervene in the situation until we as government institutionally, through the National Disaster Commission, can start to intervene with our people. The people quoted me, meaning I gave the information out because I said my being here will mean that the public will know.
I gave the information. Now, there were those, and there's still those that are crying from Senator Dillon to turn the money back to the government. Far from it. It's a public fund. Distribute that fund to the people that needs it. And that's exactly what he's doing. The other day, Honorable Uriel were giving some material from Dr. Weah for his people. And I said, take it, run with it. Go to Curtisburg and help your people to survive. You think I come play politics with my people's life? If whatever you give me, you myself, we ain't agree on each other, you give me something to go help my people, I will take it. I know God knows that I'm taking it not because of me. I'm taking it because of people. And you give it to me. If you believe that you're giving it to me to bribe me, you're fooling yourself. Because after my people finish using it, I'll tell my people, you might not vote for him. You think I care for that one? I beg you. So, same thing. So, Honorable Dillon's now. But here's the interesting thing. When he realized that, oh no, these people, they try to play some game here. However, I'm a politician as well, he said. I'm speculating. So now he took that money. Now he's going to share it among his constituents. Now, how then do you tie him to taking bribe? Oh, you say, oh, you took the bribe. But we say, oh, he was stealing, he was taking bribe. Now you can share it with us now. Okay. So what are you going to say then? Please. You sit down somewhere. You better find place to sit down. Dollars, they don't come and eat your lunch again. Don't go put somebody against him. Put somebody against him. This issue here, and Dallas Dillon is milking it. He's not just letting it go free. He's a politician. He found something. In the entire Senate, they all took the 6,500. Some of the senators right now, the people, other young people in other counties, they're asking the senator, what happened to that money? What happened to your two senators? That 12,000, that was 13,000. What happened? What happened to the money? The money was enough for you to take on the farm? But Senator Dillon now, there are two senators from Osorado as well. Politics has been best. I'm telling you, this is just, it's so enjoyable. So enjoyable. And the real reason why I'm enjoying myself, because nobody's getting hurt. This is all ideas. And Dillon is winning. He's winning. Because there are two senators. Is it two senators in Osorado County? Who knows? I don't care. But anyway, he's the only senator. Got his money and sharing it with people, other people, to benefit. And you want him to turn the money and give it back to the government for what? For what? So why if the government give it to people to put it in their pocket, you are able to take it from their pocket? Big yeah. We thank God said senator they don't get our money. It was supposed to be more than that. I wish they are giving all the senator money back to the senator and let him share it all over the county. Can you imagine? If all that money are gone to Senator Dillon, it's okay, you divide. You know what you're going to do? You say, my people, I got the money the government gave me to share among the senator to help the county, yeah? You have the money publicly. You, John Brown, you have your own money. You, Peter Brown, you have your own. You see what I'm talking about? That would have been nice. So, Senator Dillon's now is using this to his advantage. It's just like football. Yeah, I don't know what that means. You play football. But it's just like football. The whole defense, they got the ball and put it in the middle, and the middle style. Okay, they look at the other defender, they look at the other team, they pack in the back, and you say, okay, if we rush don't mind me, I used to be a soccer coach, so I know what I'm talking about a little bit. So they say, okay, if we rush this ball over the plate, it's going to be too packed. We need to open them up. So what do? They come by, take your time, just like Agree would do. King Gray, I call him. Move the ball around from me to you. Make sure you're in control of the ball. Don't fool around and people take it from you. But then you bring these people in. In the meantime, you got two of your Speedy Gonzalez. They're right there. As soon as you find there's a space between the last defender and the goalkeeper, boom! By the time the man turn around, the Speedy Gonzalez already there. There's a goal. Sam Sinto. What do you think about my coaching ability? You see what I'm talking about? That's what you do. So Senator Dillon's now using this opportunity. The people tell him the guy far from it. Far from it. He ain't got nothing. He got nothing on him. So let's go one more video. I got two more videos. Then I'll be putting it up here. The next video, Senator Dillon, he's not done yet. He's milking this all the way to the hilltop. All the way to the hilltop. Let's watch this. Senator Dillon went. He invited one of the representatives. And this representative area was devastated a few days ago because of the storm. So Senator Dillon said, okay, these people think I'm stupid. They want to make me look like somebody taking bribe. Watch how I deal with them in this Monserrado County. He took the money. Look at this. Watch this other video, folks. Samson told LeBron Public Radio, watch this other video. He's going to meet with the representative and give him some money. I don't care what $2 he gave himself. You know, everything you do in politics, the optics, is much, much more powerful than you throwing words around. And this is why, let me take you back to June, was it June 7th? June 7th demonstration. The optic, the opportunity COP had to really, really rub it in the eyes of the government. But they didn't take that opportunity seriously. And that was, you remember, COP were on a platform, on a very serious note. They were on a platform higher on our truck bed. And they had their documents. And the minister of justice and the minister of finance and minister foreign affairs, they were there. These people on the platform, can you imagine? The people on the platform, and they giving their document, and the minister then looking up to people like Costa, then holding the document while people clipping pictures. Oh my goodness, the uptake they missed that day. The uptake to have the minister looking up to the COP, taking document from them. That alone, and that, my brothers and sisters, is the difference between the young progressive and the old progressive. The old progressive. And I'll do that. I'm in the process of getting some people and getting some more some incredible documents that I'm trying to get my hand on. But anyway, so everything for me in politics is optic. You saw Donald Trump, we're talking about Crora and Lisa, that Lisa, when people take what they buy home, they want to take better or they take it, they can die, he got it. That Lisa, Donald Trump, one of the optic. I better leave Donald Trump on before you can send me back to LIBERIA. Let me get back to my LIBERIA politics. Hey, Donald Trump, I was not talking to you. That my own Donald Trump, I know who I'm talking to. And you're the real man. You're the man. You're the man. Donald Trump, you're the man. I'm talking to you. I beg you. Sam Sinto, folks. I'm having fun. To be honest with you. I'm having fun. But on a very serious note. So watch this uptick now. And you're going to sit here. I've been reading since yesterday. People having these little snap. And Dillon say he's a lie. The other lie now, the battery dead. You're not shining anymore. Are you kidding me? They'll sell that Dillon just ate the lunch of these people. Are you kidding me? There are more light bulbs shining so much that we have to look for fire brigade to stand by at the Capitol because the light Dallas Dillon is shining. If they're not careful, fire will catch up. So the fire brigade standing by. You're talking about the Dallas Dillon light goes off? If you believe that, then you're not even a political junkie anyway. But if you believe that, then you don't know LIBERIA politics. Let me play you this other video. If you think I'm making it up, watch. How's Dallas Dillon gonna play this again? Oh, I love, when these young people behave like that, it just brings the spirit, joyful spirit out of me. Just going back again to Costa in Freetown, the way he did that, okay, it requires smart thinking on your feet like this, boom, boom, boom. You can't go and say, what I do now? Hey, I need to call my mom. Or no, let me call my papa. No, far from it. Your email, you say, oh, this is what you give me. You know, come to think about it. This morning at work, there was another young Nigerian kid. He's a big shot now with Caltrin, big shot. But anyway, they all consider me big brother. Anyway, so he was in my office. We were talking, and there's certain thing that is happening. So most of the time, the thing happen, he come to me for advice, and I talk to him. Most of these Africans that work with from Nigeria, Congo, we always talking. They come to me, we got older than them. So anyhow, this young man and myself were talking. So we were saying something. I'm not going to go into it, but what I told him was, look, in life, if situation comes your way, first you establish the position of the situation. How is it affecting you? You do the analysis. And that for him, I told him, I said, for you, that's going to be easy because you're an engineer. But after you do the analysis, it's okay. Is this thing detrimental to my life or the life of my family? No. Okay. How can I live with it? And you try for that situation. You live with it until you can find way to get out of it. Because you don't just say, don't come here, you push something. When you do that, the energy, oh, Samson, I love you, my man. The energy you take to fight something, it's a lot. It's a lot. Allow that thing to come, but be prepared. And see how you're going to maneuver your way through. Let me go back to Total again. No, they want that Montreal. Back in the days of BTC, when I was in BTC, growing up in BTC, barracks, okay? We used to play braid. And the braid is wire. You put two fingers like that and you go like this. You put it under the sand. And in the process of going towards you, you leave the wire. You leave it there somewhere. They don't know. You know where you're leaving it at. And these people, we got a piece of steak. They're not going to put their finger on a big here. They use piece of steak to try to take your wire. And they all miss. Then you come with your wire because you know what the thing is. So you poke it down. Then you say, okay, all 10 of these young people. He said, okay, hey, my man, I get it. But I don't eat on the table, Samson told. Then I said, I eat back. I let my food on the ground. I don't want. Then the person put their hand down like this. And you face your back. And you go to kubu right here on the ground. They can't fight you. Nobody fight. Because that was the rule. And so then we'll go wrestling. And I like to fight at those days. So we'll go wrestling. I can wrestle. So, but there's just one gizzy boy, they call him Sa. He's a little picky, but he's about the same age. So he and I started wrestling. I throw everybody down. But this young man, I think I told you guys this story before. This young man, he myself started going. The way I used to do it, because I'm from Total now, the way I used to, I'd take these guys, boom, grab the pen, put them, give them hip. Look, that was it. So when I grabbed Sa, gave him hip, he allowed himself to go down. But from the time I put him up to the time we got on the ground, I was at the bottom. I couldn't figure that out. So I said, let's do it again. So Peter Ball, then the other guy, when I call his name, because he's a big shot now too. So Peter Ball, then the other. So the next time I said, yeah, oh, my man, I did it. So I said, let's do it again. We did it again. Same result. So as a smart man, I said, I don't eat sheep. You eat them fair, I don't have some kind of shameful fair. So I said, how you doing? He said, something. Every time you put me up, giving me your hip, first of all, you have to put a lot of energy into that hip. So by the time you put that hip down, there's nothing left because you think I'm going to be going on the ground, so you only balance on one leg. And by the time that legs get off the ground, you're down already. That's how this is. Politics. So Mr. Dillon is taking this thing to the hill. Watch this here. This is the man that people say he took bribe, he left money, but guess what? He turning it around and burning people up for this. Let's watch this video. Samson told LeBron public. You think you know politics? Watch this. They're not gonna invite this representative writing check. Oh, Senator Dillon, you did it, my man. Publicly writing check. And you were here, I called that part up because he said, this is my own check. I called that part up. But writing check to give to the people of that district in Moserado County. So with the video that I'm about to show you, he's putting all of those senators into serious issue with their constituents. If they go home, what a money, my man. We know Senator Dillon said they gave you money. You hear what I'm saying? Senator Dillon said. You go to Brandy there, Senator Dillon said. You go to Cape Mount, Senator Dillon said. You go to Nima County, Senator Dillon said. So it's all Senator Dillon said. Senator Dillon said. Before you look, the people say, well, then why were the other people not sharing that money, Senator Dillon? Then why is he getting in trouble for now? Aha! Smart! Let's watch this video. Samson told LIBERIA Public Radio.
Let me welcome my colleague. Let me show my colleagues some respect. I leave from behind the desk and say, Vladimir.
Thank you.
Very well.
Yes, sir.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you. It's just a short thing. You've been doing pretty well in your district. We need to beef it up a little more by, focusing on our oversight to make sure that government institutions will start to do the work so that the burden of doing this individual intervention will reduce on our head. But I heard about it. I know about the storm issue in Moserado, District 11, with Richard Kuhn, Representative Kuhn, and District 13 with your district. We feel for our people. I also understand that it's like we're discussing. It also happened in District 6 with Representative Samuel Enos. I have to see him as well. I want to thank you, Evan, for what you've done for the people. I cannot measure up to it. I mean, to make a contribution of pretty close to 100 bundles of zinc is something very, very huge. It's almost like a national government intervening. I will do today 400,000 for District 11 through Representative Kuhn. And we talked this morning. I just want to do a really might intervention with you for our people in District 13. I will do $200,000. And then I have to go see Representative Enos so that we can see about the people in Tingle Village District 6. You own that district, I own that whole country, so I got to, 10 years around the square. But I want to thank you. And I want to thank you too for your representation of the people of District 13. Let me welcome my.
Yeah, you know, sir, one thing I like about myself. Mama, that's what we say in total. Mama, children, I'm the best, so I let myself too. Anyway, but one thing I let myself, I can observe. I'd like to watch when I grab the video. I go through them little by little and see what exactly it is. There's a video here some time ago that I show where the construction people, instead of them washing, after 75% of the construction, then they come out and say they found LIPO in the middle of this in the middle of their construction zone. And then President Weah was asking, well, what do you say? LIPO in the road? Almost 75%. So, but before I discovered that, I played that video over and over. I never watched. I never even detected that until one day I played that. And I said, what? This people construction, they just found in LIPO? Let me go through that again. I went through it, right there. So you have to watch these things. But let's go back to Senator Dillon, folks. Having seen this, all of the video that I've been showing you, do you think Senator Dillon in trouble? Be honest, though. No, seriously. Come on now. Seriously. Do you think if Senator Dillon was somebody not even in your party, that somebody you don't even like, you're not even from Liberia, but you just got in Monrovia and the news being broadcast, and you watch the kind of video that from your own political experience, you think Senator Dillon in trouble? I doubt it. I doubt it. The only thing I think Senator Dillon going to take out of this is consider it as a teachable moment and a learning process. a learning process. But what I respect and what I really admire about this young man is to turn this stuff that most politicians, they would have been a serious issue for them. But he turned it around and he's moving it. He's milking it in his favor, and it's turning in his favor. Most of the people, folks, I beg you, I don't call my name and call other county. I don't call no senator name. I don't call no representative name. If you're calling people name that you're doing it, that not me. That not me. Something to I don't call the only senator I call here that Senator Dillon. I don't call any other senator name. I want to go to total and then start flocking me over there bigger. Anyway, so Senator Dillon now, with that, the video that I just showed you, how much light bulbs you think with just that video that has been shining on the capital city itself? That fire brigade, Dr. We better get fire brigade to stand by, because Senator Dillon light it's getting brighter. People say the light go up. Light go up my foot. The kind of light they make shining, you ever stand in front of it? You ever stand in front of it? You know how many watts that is? Shoo, are you kidding me? Now I used to work in construction at night, and the light bulbs they have at night working construction is like sun shining. And you got 5 of them shining on the Senator Dillon, shining all over this place. And you want to say the light goes off? Let's get serious. Let me show you one last video. Now this one is about the uptick now. Okay, watch how Senator Dillon going to present the check, and listen to this guy. Listen to this guy who would now be so appreciated. And I bet you the government of Dr. Weir wishing now they themselves have taken the opportunity to give that kind of money, and I don't blame money, but to give that kind of money to people. And you're going to tell me Senator Dillon light goes off? I doubt it. If you do that, then you're not taking it serious. Let's watch the last video, then I'll put the number up. It's Friday. You ain't got anywhere to go. They say, you might go out anyway. So you ain't got anywhere to go. Then just call me on Friday so we can have conversation and tell me what you think. But let me play the last video. Let me play the last video, folks. Samson told LIBERIA Public Radio.
Yeah. Yeah, 2 checks of 100,000 each. So that's 200,000. My little intervention. Yeah. I want to thank you for the huge one you're doing for your district. Yeah. Help people know. And then with them, it's
firstly, let me say thank you ever so much for thinking about the people of District 13. You know, at the type of difficult time where it is not easy, things are very tough. And my people have been affected by the storm Saturday night. I was there about 5:45 and up to 11 o'clock. I also made an SOS call to other people to come and help, because I alone can't do it. I also called the 2 senators, and he was the first to intervene in the such a situation. It is timely, so I want to appreciate your effort to the people of District 13. We highly appreciate you, what you are doing. Not only District 13, but the other district, like District 11. Now you are going to District 6. Like you said, Maserado is not about district, where maybe we made District 13, where you are going across almost the entire Maserado. And we say thank you so much, and we will be by you, we will stand by you. The issue.
Yeah. 2 checks of 100,000 each. So that's 200,000. My little intervention.
Now, I will do something here that normally we don't do. But the fact that we admire Senator Dillon, and so I will make this comment. I think with all of the video that I've showed here, if I don't make this comment, then perhaps I'm not being sincere either. Senator Dillon, I think at this stage, should not be shaking people's hand. That That stuff, those of you that are close to him, and if you get this message, let him stop that. Because we still need his light. We cannot afford for him to get sick. Not that the gentleman hand he's shaking is sick or anything like that, but at this time, Senator Dillon should be able to get out of the habit of shaking people's hand. He's very valuable. Very, very valuable, from my opinion. And so people come to you, do elbow if you're that excited and things like that, but don't shake people's hand. Other than that, folks, Samson told LeBron Public, let me put my number up. Give me a call. What time is it? Give me a call. Oh, 6:30. Okay. All right, we're still, it's 6:30. My time, 9:30 or whatever. Give me a call and see how far we're going to go with this here tonight. What do you think? Is Senator Dillon, was he bribed? And if not, do you think he's in trouble? Give me a call. Samson told LeBron Public Radio. Folks, don't be bashful. Give me a call. And see, express yourself. Disagree with me. I know you're intelligent enough. I know you have the English language as your command. I know you know exactly. You don't have to cost me. You don't have to be insulting, but give me a call and express yourself. Don't just sit on behind your computer and write. If you're in an area, unless you're working, but if you're not working, this is Friday afternoon. You're not going anywhere. Get a person, you must stay home. Every one of us should stay home. So give me a call, 916-533-2048. In the meantime, let me play music while I'm waiting for your call. Samson told LeBron Public Radio, what's your name? Where you're calling from? What's on your mind?
Yeah, my name is Joe Kumar. I'm calling from New Jersey.
Thank you, sir. Just try to lower your monitor a little bit, and that will be fine with us. Go ahead, make your point, my brother.
Yeah, let me leave the location. It's okay?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, thank you. And I called to participate on the show regarding the issues of Senator Dillon.
Appreciate that.
The rest of our fellow Christians. Yeah, thank you again. This is the second time calling on the show. Always be calling. Yeah, regarding the issues of the Honorable Senator Dillon, I want to say thank you for also letting us know we'd already follow him to not only him, the rest of our lawmakers, to avoid shaking hands. That is very, very good for us. So I will love that. We don't even know how we do. That is one of the way that they are in the Senate for right now. So sponsor any bill that we deal with the epidemic. Now regarding the fight against corruption, I am one who been standing to support any individual in the house that will go in the house to make sure that we do not have to be a reoccurrence of what happened in the 52nd legislature, 53rd, including them. So if we notice anyone of such that have promising to not do these things is doing it, I think there's a need that we put a checkpoint immediately to advise them or to find a way that they too will not be part of the cookie jar. Now, from my observation, I have employed Senator Dillon, though I did not have much right to vote for him. But from our own Facebook intellectual support of anybody, I told him. What has happened in these stages was the issues of the alleged systems and so on. I think that is where we need to take the case immediately. And I have a serious issue with them. I have a serious issue with them. You see, I have an issue. It's not only with them, but with the rest of our lawmaking. But the reason why I don't really dwell on the rest of the lawmaking is because we already know those people not correct. We're already waiting to just clean the entire Senate come 2020. So I don't really waste my time on them. But the one person who have been there in less than a year that have set the bar and standard expectation how a public bureaucrat will exhibit the functions of government. So we believe that. So when he comes and stumps his pool, whether knowing it or not knowing it, that it brings to our attention that why should we not question the government? And the person who is supposed to make the government better, the executive better, is also in the same cookie. That is a disgrace and slap in the face of many Liberians who have stand tall against the act of corruption. So that was a mistake. Now, my next point is
try to wrap it up because a lot of people are calling also. So let's try to make it brief as much as possible. I appreciate that.
Thank you. My next point is why this is an allegation that I don't think to hold Dillon responsible yet until we authenticate a point. There are things we need to make very clear. If the money received by Dillon was through a budget appropriation or recharge budget according to the expenditure portion, the government is a budget system. It's not a cash. Every money government gives you goes through a budget system. So we know what explanation of the check that was given directly Dillon, whether it's for salaries of funds, whether it's for staff payments, or for something for the legislature, we need to know the purpose. If we don't know the purpose and you receive money, by what basis you receive that money, we need to know, because Senator Prince Johnson says it's a taking fee, what Donald Dillon says is an operational fund from the budget. So we need to see the clarity being made so that we can run our decision on the issues of corruption or not.
Okay.
So I think Article 90 of our Constitution is now written.
Thank you.
Which is public obedience to receive money.
All right. Thank you. Appreciate that. Thank you. Folks, again, if you call and I'm not able to answer because someone else is online, because I usually don't people call you and you park in or wait, I don't do that. When you call, you make your point and then another person calls you. So please, make it brief, please. Samson told LeBron Public Radio, what's your name? Where you're calling from? What's on your mind? Make it brief. Other people calling. Yeah. Go ahead.
My name is Benson Mason. I'm calling from Fort Worth, Texas.
Thank you.
I wish, whether this money is a sitting fee, as Prince Johnson claimed, or this money is a office operational money, as Darrell Dillon claimed, none of them came out to say anything about this money to Darrell's talk.
Yes.
And Darrell is using the money for and only Liberia.
Yes.
I followed the breakdown of the $6,000, $6,500 he received. I'm still yet to see how much he took home for his family. He started distributing the money in his office.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not backing wrong. If it's a fee and it is in the budget, so long it's in the budget, it's a legal fee that Darrell should take it.
Mm-hmm.
There's no need giving it back. If it is budgetary allocation, Darrell needs to take it.
Mm-hmm.
Because it is accounted for.
Mm-hmm.
If it's not budgetary allocation, and they came and told him one information and gave it to him, you see, that's something people got to keep in mind. And let me be quick on that. People will receive certain things given on the information you gave them.
Right.
So if something is innocent to why you giving it is not corruption. Like, for example, if I take money to illegally free a prisoner and I bring the money to my boss, I say, oh, gee, there's some money here we gather and I give you the money and I free the prisoner and he doesn't know the money is to free the prisoner. My chief is not corrupt. I am the corrupt one.
Mm-hmm.
My chief has been misled.
Mm-hmm.
So he got a right to fire me.
Mm-hmm.
Okay? So misleading, but I believe the fact that what Darren Spinall said is true. And he used the money for the people and on the people. Darren has brought many things to light in that house or in that legislature. He has brought a lot of things to light, and I applaud him for it.
Thank you.
If all our leaders can be as corrupt as Darren's, I will be satisfied with them. Let them be corrupt as Darren's. I will be satisfied.
Thank you. Thank you, my brother. We appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay. I would love all my leaders to be as corrupt as Dallas Dillon. I love that one. I think somebody come here and need to put them together and make a music out of them. I think it'll be very, very, very funny. But anyway, give me a call here, 916-533-2048. I think you guys are making point. Now the issue here also is that I think from Samson told LeBron Public Radio, what's your name? Where you're calling from? What's on your mind? Thank you. Guys, let's try to make it brief. Let's try, because other people are calling.
I'm gonna be real. I'm listening to all night. Saying I'm not gonna be long.
Okay.
But I just called to just add my voice to what you've been discussing about Eddie Belong. I'm not letting. I've been following him, from the different show, from the Costa show, from the other show, and I listen to him, on his podcast and all that. And this young man he's real. Let it be real now. Whoever in the Senate, who has ever been government, ever that would not be in Liberia, one time said, well, when I take my pay, I will take half of my pay and get it resident to the place I work for, or to my county. Show me one person. We don't have that. The only first person we had in our lifetime in history, thank you for the 7th of Liberia for our founding, Darrell DeLong. So I don't know why they are all making this noise about, he's corrupt. What they're getting the money spent for the county. So what is that issue here? What I'm going to say to the young man is that just continue doing what you're doing. You are doing your best. You got no challenge, or you're going to win the election, when it comes.
Of course.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. The only issue that I have, and like I stated earlier, for me, is a teachable moment for Mr. Dillon and for all of us, because someone correctly asked a question here. Was the information Mr. Dillon is providing, it's something that can be authenticated? If it is, then that's fine. However, if you cannot prove what Mr. Dillon is saying, but first of all, which one of these senators you will believe, Mr. Dillon or Prince Johnson? That I rest my case. Anyway, the point here is Mr. Dillon, most likely before long, if he's giving information that is not correct, there's two things here I think that's going to happen. If the information coming from the executive was a direct information, was a direct message from the executive to the Senate through the Senate leadership, Mr. Dillon will continue to say that. Now, is it possible that the Senate leadership and the executive have some sort of a clear understanding of why the money is for? However, when the Senate leadership decide to tell their folks, I'm just speculating, folks, I wasn't there, but in the process of passing that message on, they decided to add their own. Well, we Liberians, we like to do that kind of thing. In the country, they call it snowball. Okay? Then it is wrong. You can't treat people like that. So the thing now for me, I think after they don't finish milking this thing here for another 4 or 5 more days or even a week, let it go. If the people don't believe it, let it go. First of all, you don't steal the money. That's the first thing. So why if the money they $6,500? Say Dylan and the rest of the senator were walking behind the marshal or behind Dr. Weir, and they found each of them found a bunch of money laying on the ground. 6,500, exact the amount of the same bundle with the same number of senators, and they all pick the money up. What do you want the money? What do you want them to do the money? In this case, Senator Dillon said, okay, having recognized, I believe, that these people perhaps didn't tell him the true meaning, the reason why they wanted this money to them. So he decided, you know what? I'll use it on the people. I will use it on the people, that the people money anyway. So what exactly we got? Give me a call here at 916-533-2048. The full disclosure is always an issue. While I'm waiting for your call, I'm going to do this as I stated here. I'm going to be involved in the short run here to talk about the progressive of my time. When I was young, I was not listening to nobody. I was in the street of Monrovia, but the progressive were telling me certain things, and these things were put together on a true story. I read this thing last night. Serious tear was coming down my face because some of this guy must have been one of those. Those days the American in Liberia, you see there, the vampire, he know nothing, man. The man just following, oh man, oh yeah, man, you're fooling, you're fooling, man, he know nothing. Samson told Liberia Public, what's your name, where you're calling from, what's on your mind?
This is Atura Logan. I'm calling from Louisville, Kentucky.
Thank you for calling, man. Thank you. What's on your mind?
What is on my mind tonight is about a data issue that is circulating about receiving bribery. It's just what I want to talk about.
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead, make a statement, but try to make it brief if possible.
Okay, yeah. Some Liberian people, what I see in this, some Liberian people don't just like what is real and what is good. This is just what they are proving to the world. If they are telling Senator Dillon that he accepted bribery, what did he did with this money? He took this money and used it right back on the same old Liberian people. And in fact, it wasn't a bribe. Why not people understand that before coming out and say anything against somebody, they're trying to tarnish his character because of the work that he has been doing and keeping up to his promises, and he living by it. So they're just trying to paint this man black, but they don't know that they are painting him white, because they are saying this thing for those that are, like for those narrow-minded people are going to follow them, but they are not, like some people like us don't look at that thing to be bribery. So let them just leave Senator Dillon alone.
Excuse me for interrupting. Excuse me for interrupting.
Yeah.
Did you just say the chicken? Did you just say the chicken sweet? Did you say we smart people some people like us?
Yeah.
Now one thing I like about Liberia, you're Liberian, you're very, very much. I respect that. You know who you are. You know your position. So you announce it. That's good. That's good.
I know exactly who I am.
Yeah, that's
so
good.
I'm going to follow like those narrow-minded people in these things around here. Let him stop. Let him leave him alone. He didn't accept any bribe, and he used this money on the people.
Thank you.
So let him stop doing what they're doing.
Thank you, my
Yeah,
love. Appreciate it. I love it when thank you very much. Thank you very much. Appreciate it. I love it when Liberian comes out and be bold like that. What do you expect? That one of the things with this civil war that some of us was very much surprised, because Liberians, we don't hide things, we don't hold things back that much. My man, you play with me today, I will soak you, but we don't hide things. And when the civil war came, people were doing things that you won't normally see in Liberia. That's why some of us were surprised. But you just heard this young lady. We sound people. I love that. I love that. Sam Sinto, LeBron Pablo is the Friday afternoon, but I was making a point here, folks. So there was this guy here, Connor John H. Thompson. He wrote this document. It's called report. It was classified before, but I guess they call it not unclassified now. U.S. Army U.S. Army War College. This guy was report. He wrote this thing. It was classified. But as I went through most of this stuff last night, some of the conversation, some of the writing in here, I can vividly remember some of the conversation Pa we had in a gathering. I guess this guy must have been with people all the time. All the time. It's unbelievable, especially the meeting he describes here during the arrest riot. That morning, Saturday morning, the meeting. I was there. I heard most of the stuff. And the guy was there. It's unbelievable. By the way, what I'm trying to do, folks, is to get all my paper together with the progressive, and eventually after the corona stuff ease out, I will go to the Liberian LIBERIA. I call him the Liberian LIBERIA because he has tons and tons and tons of writing about Liberia, and I mean letters, people writing letters from the prison, people writing whatever. They're all there. I'm not too sure why this guy was the person everybody keep presenting their paper to. It was unbelievable. So I will do so. But before I take leave of you here this evening, let me just show you again, since we're in April, President Tubber, very, very, very smart, very smart, very smart. Let me read this. This is the annual message delivered by Dr. William R. Tubber Jr., President of the Republic of Liberia, to the third section of the 47th Legislature, January 23rd, 1974. And most of the thing here, nothing much has changed. I'm not too sure why, but let me read this little piece here that they have for us. It's not a long one. It's not, but I want you to listen to the way and the phrases in the language that Dr. Tubber, and most of the time he wrote his own speech anyway, according to the story. Mr. Vice President, Mr. Speaker, honorable members of the legislature. One of the I love this part, to be honest with you. One of the fundamental characteristics of modern democracy is the establishment of government by the people, for the people, and of the people. Because of this fact, he said, a basic obligation is imposed by the Constitution upon the executive to make regular and periodic report to the people through their duly elected representatives on the trust of conducting the affair of government in accordance with their mandate. What part of it is not clear, folks? In this little piece that I just read, Tubber was able to separate the government, separate the executive from that of the from that of the legislature. He's giving himself as a leader of the executive to say this is our responsibility and we take it seriously. And this based on the fact that we have been elected by Liberian people. I laugh because I got an election party, something I'll go through that. But anyway, it doesn't matter for me at this time. Whether we got one party system, I'm not worried about it. But he's just saying this. Just imagine he was elected with 3, 4, 5 political parties in the league. In a game, and he was elected. Let me finish this, then I can close up, folks. within this system the government of Liberia operates. Thus, in keeping with the Constitution of the Republic, I am pleased as Chief Executive to perform my duty for the third term of reporting to you on the conduct and administration of the affair of the government of Liberia during the calendar year of 1973. Exactly 1 year to date since I delivered my last annual message. Ladies and gentlemen, as you commence this third section of the 47th legislature, it gave me exceedingly joy and great pleasure once again to extend to your honorable body a hearty welcome to the seat of government, and above all, to wish for you God continues guiding in conducting the business of the state, which the responsibility of your position impose. I can take about the code right now, because he makes God with state affair. Samson too. But folks, it's interesting reading. And those days when Tava put his speeches together, he used to talk for 2 hours on his feet. You know, this is, I don't know why these people never really incorporated all of us into the system of what they have. I think Liberia, and I could be wrong, but I think Liberia would have benefited immensely if every one of the country people from one place to whatever, if they were given true opportunity to learn. Can you imagine? For example, my uncle, Omen Shoro in Tota, couldn't read, couldn't write, have no knowledge of engineering, but he know how to lay the roof. He know how to calculate the pitch of the roof. He know how far the eave of the roof supposed to be away from the wall, so that when the wind blowing as the rain, it was just ridiculous. The way when I went back and then I started thinking about some of the things I used to say those days. He said when it's raining and the wind blowing, if you don't push the zinc away from it, then the water just keep on in through the wall. But when you push the zinc away from the wall, when the water coming, by the time the wind blow, the breeze blowing the water, it takes some time before it reaches to the wall. By that time, it already dissipating. I mean, when he made that statement, who cares? But as an engineer, when I look back at that, so when I went back home the last time, I started taking a look at his house, the house he built with his hand. And here's the interesting thing. You know how when you form a concrete wall, you have a form here, another form here, and then you pour concrete in between? Well, when they were here in the United States, when they were to put rocks, to make a face of the wall, they usually use form as well. But over there, he didn't use no form. And the question that when I went back home the last time, the question I was asking myself, how did you know that this particular part of the rock should be the face of the wall? How does it? And they're all face in. I mean, they're so connected. It's unbelievable. I have another uncle. He couldn't read. He couldn't write, but he was one of the best music in Liberia, best music interpreter in Liberia. They call him Paiboto. In the barracks, he was a band master. Now, with the story that I know about the people in the barracks, they were Omen Tian. Most of them from Grand there, but they were very smart. So the story they had was the fact that they were so good with music. The two-way party government are not going to let them go. They want to keep them because they could read any music. When the foreign dignitary come, they can play music and they teach the people how to play it. But they can't. They can read the music, but they don't know what the words. What are A? They know A, B, C, and something like that. But they don't know nothing else. They can't read and write. So they decided, according to the story, Totman Einstein, we can't have all of you guys to just stay here. Those of you that live in the barracks and know about the band business, I don't want to call her name right now. There's a lady name comes to mind. I don't want to call her name. But perhaps you have heard this story before. So most of the old people, old men Baiboto, old men Dian, old men Banto, not Mayor Banto, not Mayor Banto. I would come to that story. But all those people, most of them were warrant officers. They never went above that. They all warrant officers. Maybe one or two lieutenants among them. Okay, but the interesting thing, according to the story, Tottenham eyes to see if they can get somebody to be from the same, because most of them were crowned, to be the same people, speak the same dialect, but to be the head. So they selected, according to the story, Mayor Banto. Kera, they call him. So he became the mayor because he had an LU. I think he graduated from LU. So the ICE came to come and be, before he got in the army, the ICE came to come and be their leader. And they presented him to the two-way party government. And they made him mayor. So he was in charge of the band group. Even though most of them were older than him, but he was their boss. But he never behaved as such either. He knew his position. But he was in charge. But the point that I'm making here is, if these people have opened this education business to every one of those people those days, can you imagine? Can you imagine their kinds of knowledge? The fact that Liberian people love book business. Yeah, the book business the people love. Even my father, it took me almost 70 some more years just to be able to write his letter T. But here's the man, he traveled all over the world as a marine merchant. You know, the people that used to be on the ship. Okay? But he couldn't read and write either. But most of these people, can you imagine? Now, if they were educated, you think me, somebody like me, I'll be plantu pusher, kind of day. But it's time come on WD, PhD, MBD, whatever D you want to call it. And that's why people like Dr. Bole's story is very interesting. Even though Dr. Bole's family were educated, because I remember, I think his uncle, you know, the Bole family in Zwedru, they were educated. There's no question asked. So the book business were in their family. I'm sure they take that very seriously. Okay, but many Liberians not educated, and sometimes they take their kids to Monrovia for education. And those that are smart and be able to hang around the American Liberian and just learn by sheer force and sheer willpower. As soon as they find out, okay, they want to smart a little bit, they bring that person. One of the things they used to do too. If you're smart among the country people, they don't just leave you behind. After you force yourself and learn and get the certain position, they bring you along with them. But they were not opening it up for many Liberians. And I was wondering why was it? You know, and so I will look into it. As I said, you know, one of the things here, the progressive of my time, like people like the Tipot, Bacchus Mafia, those people, yeah, they got big money, but they were able to challenge some serious stuff according to the paper here. The rest, let me just leave this with you before I go. The Rest Riot of 1979, there was certain dynamic that was involved that many of us that followed the progressive didn't even have clue on. All we knew was they were raising the rice price. How they would raise the rice price, how we buy it now. But what really, according to what I have here, what really damaged the Tuber and his administration when it comes to that rice issue, there were certain people from the two-way party, according to this, that had warehouses full of rice upon rice. Perhaps it was not their intent to raise the price. According to the story, Chinenwe decided she wanted to raise the price of the country rise or something like that, so that the country people will feel a little bit energized. And then those days, and that's why I keep saying, Lofa County, that play, you don't play with it. Not only do they know book, but they can work. They can work. So Lofa used to be the best, you know that, I don't even have to tell you. But one of the things was, the people from Lofa County and the other county that used to claim rice. So when they see that the price going up, they will work hard. That was the intent. But Pat and Moja find out these people, they got, and the same thing that is happening right now with Costa and the government. They seen the people within the government were passing information on to the young people, and they find out these people have warehouses full of rice, and yet they are trying to increase the price of rice. Wow, that's something we're gonna take away with. And before that too, remember the Chuchu Hutton and Sawyer mayor election in Monrovia? They have to postpone. It was just incredible. They have to postpone it because the heat was too. The mayor of the Sawyer are gonna win. And they say, we can have that. So anyway, folks, Samson told LIBERIA Radio. I thought I'd let it go here this evening. Amos George is here. Amos George, you have something you want to say? Give me a call and make it brief for me so I can leave, and then hopefully. Okay, but anyway, while I'm waiting for Mr. George, are you still there? Okay. All right. Okay. So most likely, Mr. George is not going to do that. But let me leave you with, and so just so that you will know. You see the other pamphlet, guy. You see it here. This is another pamphlet. Oh, okay. Mr. George Sampson told. Mr. George, go ahead. I'm not too sure how much of my conversation you have with you, but go ahead and make a point, my brother.
Yeah. I just wanted to, because one thing I wanted to touch on this last video on about education.
Mm-hmm.
There was a reason. And education is what we call the great equalizer. So the people who were in power at that time knew exactly that a broad segment of Liberian society are educated. They were going to challenge the status quo. That was the reason that conditions were created to marginalize majority of the people. But in that, they took certain people, one person from this political subdivision that they saw, and brought them. And when you are educated, they bring you, they make you be part of that code, that status quo. Now you don't go back to your people. You become part of them. In a sense that if you talk, they say, but we got your son here. What's for this man here? But that was the bottom line. That once people become educated, they will challenge the status quo, and it is the same thing that are continuing. I was saying, like, 2017, I asked people, I said, say yes. I said, how many people from the area come from that living with him or that he's sending to school? He saw his media from all it. And one of the guys asked him, why are you asking that question? I said, no, I want to this next countryman. I said, this was Yakpao. He said, yes. I said, but how many people Yakpao had given scholarship to or living with him that he's sending them to school? The guy said, I can't tell you, old man. I said, you know why? He said, no. I said, this man fear that when he brings people from that village, when they become educated, they will challenge him. Because there are certain things he's doing is not right. So when those people become educated, they say, sir, you're my uncle, but then why it's not right? We can't go that way. We're not thinking the same way again. So basically, it's the same thing today you see. That one government comes, don't want to give the opportunity, the very thing they preach against, but they don't want to provide that same opportunity that they have to give the other people who are coming behind them. The best reason is to keep those people at that point, so they cannot challenge them. That is simple. Just simple reason. Because everyone also, why the government today is seeing poor people Why they are not making education accessible to the 15 subdivision? Why education is not accessible? Why today people still walking miles, children to go to school? How much this government is investing in educating at poor people? It sounds good. People say, oh, they pay tuition free at the University of Liberia. But really, is that what you're supposed to really invest? Go to kindergarten, primary school. That's the basic. Why they're not investing in those areas? Because everybody to be successful, you must have the fundamental of anything you want to do. And if you don't have that fundamental, it's just hard for you to achieve anything. So why government is not investing in kindergarten, pre-K? Why they're not investing in those areas that will mold the minds of the children? It's because you know why? If we do so, these children will challenge us tomorrow. So the best we can provide, and something little bit will get a small cake. Then when they say, oh yeah, the cake sweet, don't cut it up. Right. Because they will not exceed. They will not go above that. And this is the thing every day I tell people. Why these people you're yelling behind and you're supporting them? What are they doing? Look at the village you're coming from. Look at the district they're coming from. What they're doing that will change the lives of those people.
Yeah, but let me push back. Let me push back, and I'm not here to defend the government, but let me push back a little bit on that. If your brothers and sisters decided these are the people they want to lead to be in the leadership, and you're coming back now and say what have they done for you lately? Well, then that's a good point. But perhaps the people over there, they feel that this government is doing excellent job for them. So how do you reconcile that, Mr. Josh?
Here's the thing. You know, when you got a few handful of people, and this few handful of people, they make a whole lot of noise, then it becomes the majority, then everything is okay. But deep down, when you start questioning people one-on-one, the next thing will tell you, oh, but what you want us to do? So the thing is to conscientize these people as what you are doing. On what way the LPR is to continue to tell we should continue to sing this song.
Okay.
That education should not be based on where you're coming from.
All right. Okay.
It should not be by choice. It should be accessible to everybody. I'm not just talking about this government, because the current government did the same thing. Mm-hmm. And this government is just coming into the picture again, but they are doing the same thing. But these few people, they make a whole lot of noise. So people then get, so oh yeah, people are enjoying, everything is okay. But just now, if you go up outside Monterrey, see the schools, these children are going to a second library. Before you even talk about internet, it's not there.
Right.
Today, as I speak, in Bangladesh, students are sitting on floor. Mm-hmm. But you're representing collecting $6,000. I mean, sending up collecting $6,000. Where ball? The children, they refer to the spiritual leader, are sitting on floor and learning, but the children are in Morovia, in America. What will happen? The children will go right back and take the father position. And those children in the village will still be the farmer to look up to them.
Okay.
This is the Peterborough syndrome.
All right.
It's going like that and continue to go. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. We appreciate you. Mm-hmm. I think I will come on. Thank you, Mr. Josh. We appreciate it. I will try to do my best once I get the information that I'm looking for, and I will make a show strictly for and I hope my brothers and sisters will not look at it as being Congo country divide, but we want to peek into the bosom of history a little bit. So we'll do our best and bring those things out, because then again, there's some young Liberians that are highly educated, smart, but some of them were born what, 1974, 72. Some of them they were born 19. Can you imagine somebody born 1972? What? 1972? What was I doing? I was going from a farm to that farm. 1972, I'm married to the 10 wives already. And Samson, though. Folks, I want to thank all of you again this evening for joining us. It's been a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful time. I'm not too sure what Mr. So have for us tomorrow. Hopefully he will come up. But on a very serious note, before I take leave of you here, I want to say thank you very much to the people of Liberia. We heard today that Honorable Yeke Koluba charges have been dropped, and we're all excited for that. We just hope that Honorable Yeke Koluba as a messenger, and even the smart young man, Henry Costa, the messenger, they deliver message. We appreciate it. But sometimes some of us are not comfortable with the way the message is being delivered. However, I think for us to sit here and say you should deliver your message a certain way, then I think it's unfair and it's not attainable, to be honest with you. So we'll just leave it with them. And as these young men themselves get older and wiser, they will recognize that there's a certain way of delivering the message without being you know what I'm talking about. So they'll recognize that. They know that. They know. And they know their own popularity, of course. So we will continue to pray for one another. And again, once again, I want to thank those people. I got a phone call last night. I'm not going to tell you what it was, but it was an eye opener. It was an eye opener, to be honest with you, because from three recognizable Liberian, highly recognizable Liberian, big shots. Well, not big shots, but they are involved. They're well known all over the country, internationally as well. What the kinds of way I was drilled last night as a talk show host, it was unbelievable. It's like I was on trial. Okay. But however, I held my own, even though I'm not a lawyer, but I held mine. But from all indication, we have to pray for that country, because people can see what is happening. And it seemed to me that even if you are not of a high caliber, but the mere fact that you are leading in Liberia, every Liberians are now your sons and daughters. You should seek the interest of everyone. But it seems to me there are certain people in Liberia that have been locked out of the whatever it is. So I hope that we can resolve those kinds of issues, because these things, they boil at the bottom, and eventually that's a human nature. The eruption comes without hesitation. The eruption comes. Something that happened 10, 15 years ago. When it ready to erupt, it didn't come and say, okay, let's go back 10, 15 years from before. So those of us that have these platforms, when we're talking about our country, yeah, you can talk positively for certain people, and other people might not agree with you. That's understandable. But to use this medium to degrade other talk show hosts, to degrade other Liberians, it's not something we should do. This particular medium is not something basically because we want to be popular and therefore everything goes. Where is our decency? Where is the decency that is within us, that we have for one another, to be able to respect each other's view, to be able to respect each other's rights, to speak their mind? But the other thing also, where your freedom of speech begins, other people's freedom of privacy start. Those are the medium that you, as an intellectual, should be able to recognize that there are certain boundaries you just should not cross. You can't say because I have the freedom to talk, therefore I will say whatever that I want to say. Yes, you can, and you must. But as someone who has already trained, your mind is trained, you should be able to have a control of what comes out of your mouth. You can't just get on this medium because you have a mic and you have a camera, and the fact that Facebook allow you to go free, and then you're ready, you just put people issue out there that have nothing to do with politics, that have nothing to do with anything whatsoever, but because we want popularity. I don't mind if I even open my podcast and I have one viewer. It won't bother me. Of course, I love you guys coming here. I love for people to come on my show. But if I don't have anybody, I will still do it. But because I want people to come on my show, I should be ridiculous. If that's what you want, I won't do that. That's not me. And in fact, Alfonso So will fire me the next day. There's no question asked. He won't even consult Nathaniel. He won't consult Mazura Gizi. He won't consult Allen. It just sounds like, get out. They asking, he said, fire him. What do you do? Because the decency that is within us must control, must always control our pronouncement of other people, what we say about other people. Please. And in this day of this virus, please, let's pray for one another. And that, folks, is my closing this evening. I want to thank all of you, and I really, really do appreciate all of you. And then lastly, also, me coming out here making these statements that I made earlier, maybe making all night. These are my opinion, though. I'm entitled to them. But also remember that I was respectful in my pronouncement. I was responsible in my pronouncement. And I will continue to do that. So if you enjoy intellectual conversation, this is the platform. But please, do me a favor sometime. Call me. Vehemently disagree with me. I'll challenge you on that. Let's see if you can disagree with me vehemently, with anger in you, without using one vocal language, without you cussing me once, without using bad word on me. But the fact that you don't agree with me, however, you're able to control your inner self and continue to put the words out there. Speak your mind. I don't agree with you, Mr. To X, Y, S, Y, Z, without going outside of that. Give it to me sometime. Throw it at me. And let's see if I'm able, even test me also to see, because nobody tested me. So maybe because nobody pushed me, that why I'm calm. Who knows? Maybe my total cell will come popping out. We don't know that. No, I'm just kidding. It won't pop up. I think I know myself by now. Thank you very much. And you have a wonderful, wonderful weekend. Please stay safe. Stay safe. This virus is not easy. If you call back to work, you have to produce for your family. You go to work. Protect yourself. Protect yourself. Follow the rules in your state. Follow the rules in your local community. Respect the social distance that the people are talking about. Okay? Wonderful, wonderful talk show. LIBERIA Public Radio. We always do this here. And we say thank you very much. Good night, folks.
seba onala aya ma loko mane sikuru wa ye poza ne kribu ya mole o loko tori e boru suku ogere yo omo ya loko gede so lori ti doro Bobo